So, we've covered quite a lot of ground in today's webinar. I hope that it all made sense to you. I can see that there are a few questions that keep coming in. I can't answer all of them right now, so I'll answer the most common ones before ending the webinar. If your question isn't on this list, don't worry, we will send you a detailed email answer after the end of the webinar. So, let's go through the most common questions. Question 1. Why are we interested in the AdWords CPC price? That's a really important question. Google AdWords is the largest international advertising marketplace. The prices are based on demand and are updated in real time. Because the competition is intense, the prices tend to rise pretty high. Advertisers are only willing to spend so much money before they give in and let the other guy take the top spot. They have to make a profit from this traffic. So the recommended bid value tells you how much the traffic is worth. In other words, if you bought the traffic at this price, you could probably turn a profit. Your marketing would have to be amazing, but you would probably be able to make ends meet and expand your customer base at the same time. Because the AdWords data is so accurate, it's really a good way to measure which keywords will be the most profitable for you. Okay, second question. Why not focus on the highest traffic keywords? Well, traffic volume isn't everything. We're trying to attract paying customers after all. Unfortunately, most marketers are fixated on traffic. This means that most of them spend their efforts trying to rank for the high traffic keywords. This makes these keywords highly competitive. It takes more work to rank your content. And here's the kicker. If you do manage to fight your way to the top of the results for these high traffic keywords, you may not make much money. You'll get plenty of traffic, but the conversions will probably be low. That means the income will be low too. By focusing on the traffic with the highest value, you're stacking the odds in your favor. First of all, the competition is usually lower because the searches are more specific. They have less traffic overall, although it is much more profitable. Also, your conversions, sales, and income will be much higher. Okay, third question. What's the point of the buying cycle? Looking at the AdWords suggested CPC price does tell you which keywords are valuable and which ones aren't, but it doesn't tell you the whole story. And in particular, it doesn't tell you how to turn that traffic into money. The buying cycle gives you a deeper look at your keywords. It tells you which keywords will generate income immediately and which ones will send visitors who need to be warmed up first. This makes a huge difference in terms of the keywords you should focus on. When your site is new and has very little authority, you have to focus on building linkable content. At the same time, you aren't interested in traffic that will take a long time to convert. So you'll probably start by targeting content in the middle of the buying cycle. Which brings us to the fourth question. Why not start with the buy now keywords? Well, in SEO, it's not enough just to write content and publish it on your site. You also have to promote it with links from other authoritative sites. With white hat SEO, these links are given by real people who appreciate your content. Now imagine if your keyword was buy quadcopter online. This keyword would lend itself to e-commerce type content. You would write a description of the types of quadcopters available on your site and link to pages where the reader could buy them. Maybe you would include buttons to add the items to the cart right there from the content page. To get traffic to this page, you would have to get it to rank on the search engines, and that means building links from influential sites. Now let's change gears and look at the content through the eyes of an influential blogger. Let's say you're an expert at outdoors photography. You've written about quadcopters in the past. One day, somebody sends you a link to a page full of quadcopters for sale. You have zero interest in this content. If anything, you're annoyed by the spam. There's no chance that you would link to this webpage. Now let's say the content was an in-depth guide to quadcopter photography. It was full of beautiful images and useful tips and advice. You would probably be interested in it. And you would probably give it a link or a mention. Okay, question 5. Why not build links using various spammy link building methods or tools? Okay, I've seen a lot of different questions about avoiding influencers and building links to the site directly. And I won't lie, this is the approach that used to work very well in the past. Of course, it also flew in the face of Google's quality guidelines. Whenever Google detected unnatural links, they would penalize a site's rankings. Over the last few years, Google has become very good at spotting artificial links, and they're getting better all the time. Manipulating rankings with manufactured links is difficult and only leads to short-term success. In fact, it's actually easier to write good content and promote it the right way. In these webinars, I want to teach you the methods that work now and will continue to work in the future. If you target the right keywords and produce good content, you can get great results, as long as you promote the content properly. And that's why you have to write link-worthy content, at least in the early stages of your SEO campaigns. When your site is authoritative enough to rank content with a few internal links, you have more options. Okay, so that about wraps it up for these questions. Thank you very much for sticking with us all the way through the webinar. I've covered a lot of very valuable information here. In next week's webinar, we're going to talk all about how to measure the competition for your keywords. By this point, you should have a great list of high-value keywords. Before you choose which ones to start with, you need to know how much time and effort you will need to invest in promoting them. Competition research is really the key to fast results, so it's extremely important. Don't miss out on this vital webinar.